Next item is a discussion of economic development. This is a continuation of discussions that we've had over the past several months. Today we've got Park City and Valley Center. Park City, Sean Fox.
You thought that was short and sweet. This will be even shorter. Chairman, good afternoon. My name is Sean Fox. As Chad had mentioned, I'll come up here. As Chad had mentioned, it has been only about 11 short months since I was last up here presenting on behalf of the city. And now we're supposed to be giving an update on economic development. They're one and the same. We're not that big of a staff. So I will cover some of the same topics as I did last time, just glossing over them and then getting into a little bit more depth on some things that have changed. So who's driving for me? Or I can drive myself. Got it. Cool. Thank you very much. As I said almost a year ago, Park City started off from very humble beginnings. It's relatively short but rich history. It started as an improvement district just back in 1953. Is that too loud? Or am I too loud?
Just trying to get it.
Okay. Too tall? I'll shrink down. There we go. As it stands today after the 2020 census, the population is right at 8,300 people, 11% growth over the last 10 years. There's the household median income, the home values, the age, and we're still currently at 9.8 square miles. What I talked about also was a past philosophy that Park City was very proud of its scrappy type attitude. They wanted to be known for quicker response and less regulations, and they still want that today, very much so. They promoted much of the economic growth that the city has enjoyed by extensive use of industrial revenue bonds. And again, that still has not changed. What has changed though is now, rather than just taking anybody to the prom, we're getting a little bit more selective. So we're still very free with our economic or industrial revenue bonds, but now we're putting some design limitations on top of that, asking them to make some improvements rather than just building an industrial plant, kind of dress it up a little bit. So these were the big 3 ticket items that we had going on just over a year ago: Amazon facility, Crosswinds Casino, as well as Pratt Industries. All 3 of those are complete. The one in the lower center, that's the new Quick Shop that is also located at Echo Hills, which is off of 53rd and 135. We continue to work on our residential growth. We have 9 active residential neighborhoods. Offering somewhat diversity in housing. We can always do a little bit better. We have 1 addition that's getting ready to start here towards the end of the month, which is Bar Estates, which is off of 53rd in between Hydraulic and Hillside, and it's going to be more of a duplex community, expecting about 152 new homes there. We currently have an RFP process out looking for a team to help us with the development of a parks master plan, because we'd like to enhance the parkland that we have, acquire some more, and then implement our connectivity plan. When I mentioned this a year ago, there was not really much happening with Echo Hills. We had Atwoods, the new Quick Shop, Arby's, and then there was a talk of apartment complex. This is probably what I will focus on most today as far as economic development, because this is going to have a major impact to not only Park City, but to the region, to Sedgwick County. Right now, the vast land that is undeveloped is under contract with a single developer, and they have approached the city to create a regional, multi-sport, recreational destination. And when I say destination, yes, that is something that would qualify for the STAR bonds. They've already been in touch with the Commerce Department up at the state. So far, the reviews are very favorable, and they are in the middle of a feasibility study to prove proof of concept. This park, although it is still in the early stages and I can't get into much of it, it will involve baseball and softball fields. It will involve an indoor track and field facility, something that's a little bit unusual for this part of the country, a mixed martial arts and wellness facility, 2 hotels, 5,500 square foot entertainment anchor, a 40,000 square foot retail anchor, and then more than 20,000 square foot in quick serve restaurants and fast casual dining. It's going to be a destination for people to come. that they expect somewhere between 3,500 and 4,000 people on a weekend basis coming to Sedgwick County. And I say Sedgwick County, not just Park City. The 2 red stars on there are highlighted because I think that's where WAMPO has a play in this. Right at the same time that all this process was coming around, we were under a contract with the help of KDOT and Trans-System to do a traffic engineer assessment program, TEEP study. And it was for the whole entire corridor of 61st Street as well as 53rd Street. 2 of the major things that they recognized or recommended, and this was all prior to this development, this is just off the expectation of what Echo Hills is now and what it can be, was first of all improvements to 61st Street. There's it blown up a little bit more. What they have recommended is a 5-legged roundabout on the west side of Interstate 135. They looked at the east side, but that's a little bit too congested with our Quick Shop and Cracker Barrel and Spangles and everything. One doesn't fit there, but they believe that this would make a much more efficient, safer improvement area as far as Echo Hills. And then the second one is they are recommending a divergent diamond, which is relatively new in South Central Kansas, to go up under 53rd and Interstate 135. So both of those programs are things that we will be submitting for consideration, both with KDOT as far as their economic development program and as well as WAMPO. Other than that, we can still continue to work on our infrastructure. Most of these projects, the top center one is our proposed 61st and Broadway. It's a WAMPO sponsored project. It is currently under contract right now, under construction, should be completed by November. The lower left-hand corner was the one that we partnered with KDOT as well as Sedgwick County and Valley Center for an economic development. That was the roundabout at 77th and Broadway. Park City's portion of that is complete, and now it's been handed off to to Valley Center, I should say, to where they're making improvements to Ford Street all the way to Seneca, is it, and beyond? Yes. The bridge at 61st Street is complete. The bottom left-hand corner is the new lift station that we have at 53rd Street, which will allow future growth and development east of our existing city limits. So a lot of good things are happening. The other one that we still have on the books is our downtown district. As many of you know, that Park City, because it is such a young city, we don't have a defined downtown district. So we put out an RFP last year and selected a firm that we have partnered with to develop the 48 acres that's directly adjacent to our city administration center. We worked with Confluence over the last couple of years to come up with a master plan, and now we have a development team that is working with us to make it come to fruition. So a lot of work in progress. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. So Commissioner, that's all I have unless there's any questions.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the transportation plays a big role in economic development. We appreciate what you're doing there as far as our entire community. Do we have any questions? Say nothing. Thank you, Sean.
Yes,
I appreciate it. Thanks for the update.